What's up, everyone? Mr. Fired Up Wealth here. Last time we discussed the top 5 cloud stock picks for the next decade, and we kicked off our first video of 5. If you haven't seen that first video, I encourage you to go watch it next. Today I'm excited to launch the second video in the series, which will cover the top 5 autonomous driving or self-driving car stocks for the next 5 or more years. I'm very excited about this video and this series, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please do it now by hitting the red subscribe button on the bottom right below. You won't want to miss this video or the next 3. Now before we get started, I want to let you know that I'll be discussing 6 stock picks today. One is a wild card, a mysterious stock in the space, and you'll want to hear about it, so stay tuned. Also, the channel is approaching 100 subscribers in only 2 weeks, and I want to thank everyone who has subscribed. Thank you. I promise that your encouragement will bring many more videos, and each time the quality will improve. So, why autonomous driving? Because it's a top secular growth trend for the next decade. Allied Market Research predicts the global market for autonomous vehicles will rise from approximately $50 billion in 2019 to over $550 billion by 2026. That's an astounding 39.4% annual growth rate, and it's something you should be a part of to ensure outperformance in your stock portfolio. So let's get started. The first stock is one that was on fire and simply got ahead of itself. Their growth potential was so exciting, the stock became parabolic. But I believe in a recovery of Nvidia, stock ticker NVDA, for many reasons, one being self-driving technology. The company has been busy developing their very own ecosystem of autonomous driving solutions for quite some time. Take a look at the screenshot here from the company website, and you can see that Nvidia definitely has a focus in this space. As an example, Toyota has been collaborating with them for several years, and they're using Nvidia's technology for their entire process to develop autonomous vehicles, from soup to nuts. Nvidia has also partnered with Audi, Mercedes-Benz, Volvo, and VW. The stock has been hammered recently from a high of $289 on October 1st, 2018 to the $150 range now, and that's after a big run this week. It was as low as $133 a share in December. I feel that it's a great company long term, and it's currently not insanely expensive. It's almost 50% below its all-time high. It also pays a dividend, albeit a small one, about 0.5%, but also with a very extremely low payout ratio of only 9%, and they've grown their dividend growth, they've grown their dividend for 6 consecutive years. In addition to self-driving technologies, the company also has their hands in data centers, in gaming, crypto mining hardware, other forms of AI, you name it. Their CEO, Jensen Huang, has been at the helm of the company since the inception back in 1993, so it's been around a long time. He's an innovator and someone I can trust to get things back on track. If you talk to anybody that works at Nvidia, they'll tell you that they absolutely love the company and they love working there. It's an awesome company. I have confidence in them long term, and I would add Nvidia to your radar for outperformance over the next decade. Number 2 is Google or Alphabet. This company falls into the cloud arena, but for potential growth, I like them most for their autonomous driving possibilities. Keep in mind they're currently under the DOJ scrutiny, and the stock has not performed well for quite some time, but it's actually reasonably priced right now in terms of valuation. For me though, this is a play on the future. Why? Because Alphabet owns Waymo, and Waymo is a self-driving technology development company that originated as a project of Google before it became a standalone subsidiary in December of 2016. In April of 2017, Waymo started a limited trial of self-driving taxi services in Phoenix, Arizona. Alphabet, or better known as Google, is a huge company, and they have their hands in lots of different pots. Assuming they avoid any kind of devastating legal action from the Department of Justice, it should be an excellent long-term hold. Even if antitrust breaks this company up, it could end well for investors, to be honest. There's really no way to know. It's hard to tell right now. And the stock, of course, does carry some risks, but I would consider a position in this company for the long term, especially if there's any dip from here. It's not insanely priced right now. It's reasonable because of the scrutiny of the DOJ. If you can get a dip from here, definitely look to add this to your portfolio if you don't already have it. It's something that I personally have had for several years. I intend on holding it for at least another 5 years. Okay, so before I tell you about the third stock on the list, I want to encourage you to stay for the next picks. Number 4 and 5 you probably don't know about, and they'll likely surprise you. I also have a bonus 6th stock pick on the list, so please stay tuned. Number 3 is Intel. Now, Intel bought Mobileye in 2017 for $15.3 billion. Mobileye is known as a leader in collision avoidance technology and hardware, also called ADAS, or Advanced Driver Assistance Programs. These features are already in many cars with technologies such as forward collision warning, lane departure warning, etc. Many new cars out on the road already have these features. Mobile IQ has been going strong since 2004, and they've already been adopted by 27 car manufacturers. Think vision processing chips and the equipment for them. Intel also pays 2.7% dividend yield, which is solid, with a low payout ratio of about 30%, and they've had 4 consecutive years of dividend growth. I think Intel is priced very attractively where it is right now. It's something that if it drops any lower, definitely put on your shopping list and consider picking up some shares of Intel, something to hold for the next 5 or 10 years. This next one, I'd be willing to bet that a lot of you have not heard of this company. Number 4 is Aptiv, ticker APTV. And Aptiv's team of technology helped complete the longest automated self-drive ever, traveling 3,400 miles from San Francisco to New York City. This test run was fully automated for 99% of the drive, and it included some complex driving situations, which it's pretty impressive. They also announced a strategic partnership with Lyft to provide 75 self-driving vehicles in Las Vegas. These are all BMW 5 Series cars, and they're sweet. So I was in Vegas probably 4 or 5 months ago for work for a conference, and I went to just order a Lyft like I normally do to go somewhere to meet a client, and it said, "Are you okay with an autonomous car?" And I responded, "Heck yeah, I am, let's check this out." And so I'm all excited, the car pulls up and there's 2 people in it. There's someone behind the wheel and there's a passenger, and I'm thinking, what the heck is this? But the car is it's a BMW 5 Series. It's got the Aptiv logo. It's got the Lyft logo. It looks really sweet. And I get in, and it made more sense after I got in. There was a lady behind the steering wheel just there in case of emergency. She was just there as a protection, safety valve basically. And then there was a gentleman in the passenger side, and he was there with a laptop doing some tests, and he was also there to explain to the passenger how everything works, make sure they're comfortable with the experience, etc. But it was really cool. I wish that I could have recorded inside of it or taken pictures, but they wanted to protect their intellectual property, so they didn't allow me to take any pictures. But it was a really awesome experience. The 5 Series already has a great deal of technology in it, so it's very easy for Aptiv to kind of take the existing technology and beef it up to make an autonomous car. If you're ever in Vegas, definitely check out on Lyft. You can order one of these autonomous rides, and it's a pretty cool experience. The company Aptiv, though, they're also focused on areas such as smart cities and AI, and it's definitely a stock that I would check out. It also pays a dividend about 1.15%, which isn't going to pay the bills or anything by any means, but a little over 1% dividend is not a bad payout. It didn't have any dividend growth increase last year, so it's not considered DGI, but it is a company that I think has tremendous potential in the autonomous driving space. The last time I checked, I think the PE ratio is under 20. I think it's around 16, so it's not a crazy expensive stock. Something that I definitely encourage you to check out. I think it's a great play in the autonomous vehicle space, and it's something that I personally am going to buy and hold for the next 5 or more years. Number 5, this next company is very under the radar in the self-driving market. Since they typically avoid marketing events to promote future initiatives, they're just not very flashy. The company is Texas Instruments, ticker TXN. The company's sensors are important to much of the self-driving technology arena already. They have long specialized in analog chips. Now these chips are able to measure real-world data such as temperature, precipitation, wind speed, and other such factors that are essential knowledge for self-driving cars to work properly. In addition to the self-driving realm, Texas Instruments is also targeting drone delivery, factory robotics, which are very interesting areas to be in. And regardless of which car company ends up winning the arms race in the autonomous driving space, the equipment that Texas Instruments manufactures will likely be leveraged for various essential computing tasks. There's already been teardowns, and there's been some research on teardowns of electric vehicles from various brands, and it's already been confirmed that their components, that Texas Instruments components, are being used. TXN is reasonably priced, considering it's a highly profitable blue chip company with a strong dividend and solid growth prospects. TXN pays a solid 2.89% dividend yield, and they've had 15 consecutive years of dividend growth, a true DGI player. Check this company out and consider putting them on your shopping list. I think TXN is going to be a great stock pick for the next 5 or more years. It's something that I'm personally invested in. I'm continuing to add, and I'm excited about the company long term. My bonus pick in the autonomous driving arena is a wild card, a mystery. Will they be a major player in the space or not? Nobody knows. Who is it? The company is Apple. In 2014, Apple started working on self-driving cars, and this project has been very under the radar with lots of speculation and not a whole lot of facts. The project was nicknamed Project Titan. Then in January 2019, Apple cut 200 employees from the Titan team. Many were reassigned to other Apple projects. Some ended up leaving the company, and some say it's restructuring. Others say that they're pivoting away from the initiative. All we know for sure is that Apple has been very secretive about their self-driving initiatives. The fact is that I like Apple stock for many other reasons, and this could end up being a growth asset in their portfolio. I won't be surprised if they're still focused in this area, but perhaps maybe with a revised plan. Time will tell. Regardless, Apple pays a 1.6% dividend yield with only a 26% payout ratio, and they've had 6 years of consecutive dividend growth. They have been more focused on their services model recently to capture recurring revenue, and I feel like this stock will perform well over the next decade. So there you have it, the top 5 autonomous driving stocks for the next 5 or more years. We have 3 more videos coming in this series, a total of 15 additional stock picks. If you haven't seen the first video in the series, that is the top 5 cloud stock picks. Please take a look at that video. If you like this series, if you like my videos, please hit the like button, please comment, let me know your thoughts. If you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and click the red subscribe button, the bottom right. I'm going to be airing a new video, a top 5 video every Sunday, so I hope you tune in, I hope you subscribe. Thanks for stopping by, have a great rest of your day.